West Oakland is a community filled with a rich history of social justice and food justice. Marcus Foster's new site, which will have an instructional garden and a culinary arts program that connects the food justice movement in Oakland to the Oakland Unified School District and the students. The students will learn how to grow food, where it comes from, the science and the history of growing your own food, and actually be able to learn how to cook and prepare it. This site will also be the place where all of the food for the school sites will be home cooked and ready and prepared for the students to have hot meals. We're here at People's Grocery on 7th and Market in Oakland to find out from school board member Jamoke Hinton Hodge, who's very entrenched in the food justice movement, to find out the historical context of the movement, as well as how Oakland is connecting and OUSD is connecting the students with the instructional garden that will happen at Marcus Foster's kitchen.
Food justice movement is a young movement, justice movement that really has come to life in urban districts for the most, or I say urban school districts, urban communities, but all over. I mean, justice is really talking about our food system and who has access to food, but also thinking about the whole system around production, who's growing the food, you know, how it gets delivered, where's the waste go? And so we know that there are, along the way, sometimes in the system, people are not always treated fairly, people are not always paid, you know, what they're worth in it. And in our particular case, when we look at our urban districts, we see that people don't have access to really healthy, affordable types of food.
We're going to have an instructional farm, we're going to have community gardens, we're going to have learning centers where agricultural and culinary knowledge is transmitted and is shared not just from the teacher to the pupil, but from people in the community who already have this knowledge. It's going to be a gathering spot to collect all this information and knowledge transfer, and it's really going to put Oakland on the map and do so much for this community.
I know that West Oakland has this rich history of backyard gardens and how it sustained the community. So what do you think about the connection between teaching our youth the importance of gardening? Like now at Foster School, they're going to have an instructional garden there for the students to learn about gardening, and then also a culinary arts program where they'll actually be able to cook the food as well.
I'm glad to see that coming back to the schools, and I'm glad to see that kids will once again get a good nutritious meal, hot meal at school. When I was growing up, the cafeteria ladies actually went to work at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning and started cooking, so by lunchtime we would have a hot nutritious lunch.
This project is really special because it's combining all these different things, and it's a way for us to have our students be grounded in the food and know where their food comes from. So many times our students aren't aware of the food cycle, where they're getting their food from. A lot of people just think it just magically appears at the grocery store or at the cafeteria. So this center will be a way for students to know where their food's coming from. It is also a way for us to dramatically improve the type of food that we're serving to our students. We'll have education complex. There's going to be 3 different classrooms there, including a culinary arts classroom, as well as an instructional farm. And the whole center is designed to be integrated into not just the meal program, but as also the education program as well.
Currently, we'll be facilitating the Marcus Foster Art Project, which is a series of murals that soon you'll be able to see on West Street. And the themes will connect with some of the art that's actually taking place here.
I'm actually on the communications committee for the Central Kitchen. I just am so behind it, for one, because my kids are students in OUSD. We're totally pushers of eating nutritious, just starting the day off good with good food. We know the importance of eating good, living healthy. We just want to spread that, not even just in our community, citywide.